and welcome to episode 111 of the Stress Knits podcast. My name is Stacy, also known as Stress Knits Yarn on Instagram and Stress Knits over on Ravelry. Today is April 9th, 2020, and I'm coming to you from a thunderstorming southeast Michigan, Metro Detroit area, where I live with my husband Doug, our daughter Eliza, and our pug puppy Esther. How are you all doing? We are in April, and it's going by really quickly. March went by forever. It took a very long time to get out of March, but I feel like the weeks are going by really quickly, which is kind of nice right now. Nothing has really changed. We're still trying to get outside as much as possible. Yesterday it was 70 degrees, which is great. Even though I love cold weather, 70 is kind of my happy place. When it comes to warm weather, anything over that, and I'm like sweating and I don't like it. But yesterday was really, really nice. We spent most of the day outside. Eliza played with chalk and bubbles and kicked and threw balls, and yeah, it was just really great. My parents were walking by our house because we live close to my parents and Doug's parents. So Doug's family's across the street and my parents are less than a mile down the road. So they were out walking, and so they waved and we talked over the fence for a while, and so that was really nice to see them. And yeah, just hanging out, finally getting some creative knitting mojo flowing, which is really exciting. I have a new cast on to show you. And then at the very end I'm going to talk about shop stuff. So I'll leave that to the end in case you're not interested, but I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who shopped my update. It means the world that you're still supporting my small business, even though everything's kind of up in the air right now. It means so much to me and my family, and just thank you to everybody who showed up for that and is continuing to show up in the shop. It means so much. And a quick reminder that we're only shipping once a week to keep our contact with the outside world at a minimum. So Doug is dropping those off. He's kind of become our point person to run out when we need things. Since I spend most of my day with Eliza, he would rather do that since he spends most of his day in his office. So that's just that. Another quick thank you to everyone who offered to finish my Ronin. It is in the mail to the person who is finishing it. It's fun because she lives in Michigan as well. And I just wanted to thank every single one of you who emailed me. I know I didn't email everybody back, but it was getting really overwhelming. So I just wanted to say a blanket thank you, because that is incredibly sweet that you are willing to knit this mammoth of a project. And then another huge thank you to all new subscribers, because we have hit 6,000 subscribers. When I saw the number, my brain just kind of went frantic, because it's a number I never thought I would see, and so it just feels rewarding and exciting. And so thank you to every single one of you who has watched, whether it's from the beginning or you're just starting now, and for subscribing and the fact that you're coming back week after week. Thank you to every single one of you. So because of that, I wanted to do a little giveaway. It's nothing crazy, but I wanted to do a giveaway. It'll run for a week. It's going to be quick and simple. Maybe a week and a half or two, but I'm going to be giving away this skein of Barnyard Knits. Now, I bought this in New York this past January at Vogue Knitting Live, and I love it, but I wanted to give something back to you for that trip. So here it is. It is called Old Coin. I almost said Old Corn, but it's Old Coin. And it is on the sock fingering, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards. So this would be great to add for a shawl, or if you want to do a colorwork sweater. Or the reason I got this is I was going to make a bunch of ripple bralettes, but I decided to give this one away instead, so you can make a ripple bralette. Socks, hat, just about everything. This color is gorgeous. It's very patina-y, so the mint scummy green and copper and dark gray, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I love copper and this kind of minty seafoamy green together, so this is what I will be giving away. To enter, please head over to the Ravelry group. I will link the thread in the description box, so you just have to click that, make sure you're a member of the group, and just comment what the prompt is. And the prompt will be, tell me about something that's making you happy right now. Super simple. It can be something super small, like I really enjoyed my cup of coffee this morning, or something really big, which I don't know what that would be right now, but yeah, so just let me know what's bringing you some joy and happiness during this time. So 6,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you so much. I can't believe it. So thank you. This is, oh, I'm excited to get this in the hands of one of you. So, with all of that, let's get into the knitting. So I have been working on some stuff, but I'm trying to be kinder to myself and not forcing myself to work on anything. It's one of the reasons I decided to have someone else finish my Ronin. There are possibly 1 or 2 projects that I also might put a call out for. I'll probably put that out on Instagram, and it'll be the same guidelines. So like finishing the project, and then once I have that project back, you'll get however many skeins the whole project is. So like one of them is a shawl, and it's a 4 skein shawl, so you'd get 4 skeins of stress knits in return of your choice. So that I'm thinking about, because I just really kind of want to give myself a clean slate and just focus on the stuff that's honestly on my desk, and the few projects I've been talking about recently. And I want to cast more things on, but I feel very bogged down by all of these things that I cast on like a year or so ago, or 6 months ago, and just haven't felt the need to go back to. So we'll see. I'm not sure yet. And plus, most of them are in stress knits yarn, besides my Ronin. But most of them are in stress knits yarn, and I would like to have them photographed as samples to show you color combinations and how yarns look. So that's also a huge factor, so I'm also feeling a little guilt there. So yeah. But what I'm staring at right now is bringing me nothing but joy. So let's talk about what I've been knitting on. So first things first is my SSDGM sock. This is just a simple vanilla sock pattern. If you're curious, I do 64 stitches on a US 1, which is a 1.25 millimeter, I think. And I do 64 stitches, just a long tail cast on, nothing special. 20 rounds of 2x2 rib. I knit the leg as long as I feel like it. I do a slip stitch heel flap and gusset and heel turn, all just like the normal, sock pattern. I do use the heel turn instructions from My Favorite Sock by Kristen of Volenvine. It's a wonderful sock pattern, and it's free, and she has stitch counts for 56, 64, and 72. And it's just a wonderful source because when I never remember the number of stitches for the short row heel. So that's the pattern I always reference, and I'll link that below. Yeah, but I finished the gusset decreases, and now I'm just on the foot. And yeah, that usually goes pretty quickly. I'm hoping to have this done by the next time you see it, but maybe not. I have a very tiny foot, so knitting the feet, it doesn't take very long. Because I'm a size US women's 5.5. Sometimes a 6. So it's just, I'm in that range, so I have very small feet. Yeah. But this is it. This is SSDGM. I'm so glad. When I was originally going to record this, I had my overhead light on because it was storming. And we're having like these really weird pocket storms with like heavy winds, lots of thunder and lightning. And that's a plane. Yeah, it got really, really dark. Like it was almost like nighttime. And so I had the overhead light on because I wanted to record while Eliza was napping. And the colors were fine, but now that the light's it's just overcast, this is identical. This is exactly what SSDGM looks like. This is my favorite base. I just have this little mermaid stitch marker that I actually got from Kristen of Wool and Vine years ago when I ordered a skein of yarn. And yeah, it's just making me really happy. I love this colorway. It's bringing me so much joy. I just posted about it on Instagram. It just reminds me of spring, and I don't know what it is about it. It just feels very fresh. Yeah, I love it. Yes, and I'm using my favorite base, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and it's just this perfect high twist yarn that I could use for everything. If I could use one base for the rest of my life, it'd probably be an 80-20 because it's just so versatile. And I love the way it feels. It's a really good tactile feeling for me. Yeah, I don't know I'm talking this much about a vanilla sock, but I love it. So that is one project I'm working on. The other big project that I'm working on is my Rift. So if you are new, we are doing a rift along. Hail. It's a lot of hail coming down. Oh my goodness. They're probably like the size of maybe marbles. I haven't seen hail in a very long time. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Just got really distracted. I'm so distracted right now. That's crazy. They're already melting. Okay. Anyway, I am hosting the Let's Rift KAL. It is a Rift knit along. The Rift is by Jacqueline Cieslak, who is wonderful. If you haven't watched her interview with Christy Glass, I highly recommend it. If I remember, I'll link it below, but it's pretty easy to find. She's just wonderful. I love her. She's actually wearing a long sleeve version of the Rift in that interview. And yeah, she's just wonderful. So, yeah, so we're hosting this. It started the first day of spring and is running through the first day of summer, which is June 20th or 21st. I keep forgetting to look. I think it's the 21st this year. Not quite sure. If you hear Eliza crying, she's just trying to settle down for a nap. Yeah, so this is where I'm at. I actually tried to record on Sunday. So today is Thursday. I tried to record on Sunday, but it just didn't work out because the audio didn't record. So I'm hoping the audio is recording right now. And so I moved the stitch marker from Sunday. So I've only put a few rows on it this week, but I've probably added about 1.5 inches since the last time you've seen it. It's a great pattern. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's just so wonderful, so versatile. I talk about it every week. There are so many options to make it a garment that you will wear. I'm a little nervous because I didn't get gauge, and I think it might be a little smaller than I wanted. But I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna block it. We're just gonna see. Because worst comes to worst, it's a shop sample, and that's fine. And I will knit another one. Yeah, so this is just the Rift by Jacqueline Cieslak. I'm gonna try to power through this so I can grab her if she doesn't calm down. Let's see. So I picked up a project that I haven't worked on in months, but I kind of just want to clear my needles, so this is something I grabbed. And that is, I have hair in my mouth now. That is the Habitation throw by Helen Stewart. So, I am using Stress Knits Advent Calendar from 2019. I am on day 15. Just dropped it. Which is called Fancy Lights. I'm debating whether or not I want to bring this back as a Christmas colorway this year. I really like it. But the whole idea behind this colorway is, I don't know if anybody else did this, but we would drive around to like the rich neighborhoods and we would look at all of their crazy Christmas lights. So that's just, it reminds me of those days. Like we would get Wendy's Frosties and just drive around, and yes. So the last time you saw this, I was here on Branches. So since then, I've knit Eloise, which is a new colorway in the shop, and I started Fancy Lights. Excuse me. So, yeah, I started the decreases. So here's what it looks like so far. So this is day 1, and now I am on day 15. So I really love the way this is working up. I love this advent calendar. I'm incredibly proud of it. Honestly, it just makes me really happy. So here it is, but this is the Habitation by Helen Stewart. It may still be a free pattern right now. I think she is offering it as a free pattern to kind of give us something to do. Yeah, so you should check that out. But I started this in December. Haven't worked on it since. But I'm really happy with how it's coming out. And I'm excited because the next color is one that I'm actually going to dye for the shop for the next update. Eliza was playing with my minis, so they're a little tangled. And so the next color is called Over Coffee. I really love it. So I'm excited to work with this and dye it up and put it in the shop. So yes, that is my Habitation throw. And this is going to be for Eliza. But it also gives me an idea of like what I've dyed recently and if I want to bring any of the colorways into the shop. So it's just a lot of fun. Yeah, I just have it in this basket. I have a bunch of minis. That's basically it. This has been my knitting when I'm hanging out with Eliza because it's super easy to do. The last thing I'm working on is a new cast on because Easter is Sunday. Today's Thursday, Easter is Sunday, and since we're not doing what we normally do on Easter, and I may have just not thought about Easter baskets like at all. And granted, I'm not a huge fan of the whole Easter basket thing because I don't love like little toys and I'm not a big candy person, so like, I don't know. It's just not one of those things, but it's a tradition, right? And I want Eliza to have that. And last year we didn't do an Easter basket for her because she was not even a year yet. So So we didn't do an Easter basket. We got her a sorting toy and a book. And this year, when all of the shutdown stuff was happening, I did not think to go and get Easter items for a basket. So we have a basket, but like we didn't have eggs to hide, and yeah, just stuff like that. So Doug, when he was grocery shopping yesterday, found a package of plastic eggs. So we can have an egg hunt, either in the house or outside, depending on the weather. And we're also going to fill a few of those with fruit snacks. Maybe some fruit that she can snack on for the day. And then that's basically it. I have some crayons that she never played with, so I'll probably put those in there. But I was kind of having mom guilt about not doing this thing for her, which, I mean, she's never going to remember. She's not even 2. Like, it's fine. And also, it's not necessary, but there's, like, this weird switch in my head that was like, you have to knit her a bunny. Like, you have to. So, I cast on the Christopher Bunny, I think that's what it's called, by Susan B. Anderson. And yeah, I cast this on last night. I'm working on the body right now. This is the front, this is the face. Doug is going to embroider eyes and a nose and a mouth on this little guy. Maybe just eyes and a nose, because Doug is actually really good at embroidery and cross stitch. It's a weird hidden talent of his. Yeah, so he's going to do that. I am hoping to finish this today. So I have like 20 or 30 more rows of the body, and then it's just arms and legs. And I'll probably do like a little pom-pom butt tail thing. Yeah, but I don't knit toys. It's not really my favorite thing. I started a unicorn for Eliza that I just did the head on, and I haven't touched it since. And I also knit a fox for my nephew Avery, but that also wasn't very well executed because there was a lot of seaming involved. This has no seaming. You pick up everything. So you start at the face, and then you pick up for the ears, and then you pick up for the body. And I will say, picking up for the body was not fun. I did not enjoy that. But now that it's done and I'm working on it, it's fine. The arms and the legs will be picked up like the ears were. So I'm not super worried about that. And the weird little, because I'm not great at picking up stitches, so this little weird thing, I'm just going to kind of duplicate stitch around and just make it look a little bit better. Yeah, so this is my little Christopher Bunny by Susan B. Anderson. I'm toying with knitting a sweater for it, but I don't think that matters. We'll see. If I get this done today, I probably will knit a cute little mohair sweater for it, because I have my giant basket of leftovers. This is specifically just stress knits leftovers. Because I've done swatches and stuff like that to really just kind of see how things work up. I don't know, it's just like my own personal brand of crazy, because I want to make sure that I love colorways, and yeah. So this is a colorway that I don't know if I'll dye anymore. It didn't do very well in the shop. It's called Puddle Jumper. I also might rename it because I was just like panicked when I came up with it, and it was raining outside. I was like, huh. So there's that. And then Go to Your Room Mohair. It's called Go to Your Room because my bedroom at my parents' house was like this bright lavender purple. So it's looking a little blue, and it is kind of a little blue. But it's actually the same as this. The mohair just takes the dye differently. Yeah, so I actually might knit like a little mohair sweater because the pattern comes with pants and a sweater. I'm not going to knit pants. But if I have time, I might knit a little mohair sweater. for this bunny. I am using my Stress Knits DK in Perfectly Adequate. This is exactly what it looks like. It is my favorite gray of all time. I could knit 1,000 sweaters in this. It's just a perfect gray. Yeah. So that's my little Easter bunny that I'm knitting for Eliza. She's very into stuffed animals right now, and it's really adorable. She calls everything baby. It's really cute. Yeah, so she sleeps with stuffed animals, and she just loves them. She cuddles with them on the couch, and yeah. So that's everything I've been working on, and I'm very happy with it. I have a bunch of ideas of things I want to cast on. I have a bunch. This is my yarn stash, in case anybody was wondering. It's small but mighty. So this is most of my like single to like 2 skein quantities, and that's mostly indie dyed yarn. So that's everything for like socks essentially. And then here is kind of my Brooklyn tweed shelf. Almost all of it is Brooklyn tweed, but I also have my Peace Fleece and my Nightshades from Rhinebeck there. So I'm thinking about, once I finish my Rift and get further along on my Cozy Classic Raglan, which I didn't show because there's no new progress from last time. Once I get those done or further along, I'm thinking about casting on another sweater, and I'm thinking about the Felix by Amy Christoffers, or is it Christopher's? I don't know. I've heard people pronounce it both ways. So either that or my Weekender Take 3 with the Brooklyn Tweed postcard that I showed you. So I'm thinking about that, but I also might just cast on my Yorkville, which I've been wanting to cast on, which I've talked about in previous episodes. And I'm also really loving the Ingle sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I don't know. So I'm also thinking about that. But I'm also thinking about another Woodwardia, because it's just the perfect sweater. Probably in Perfectly Adequate. My mom texted me because my parents do this thing now where they let the birthday person pick a day where all, like, our entire family can celebrate. So it's me and my 2 sisters, and our husbands and our 3 kids. So it's my turn, because I am the second birthday of the children. My brother-in-law, his birthday is February 19th, and mine is February 20th. We are 10 years and 1 day apart. So he already had his, and I was planning mine for the end of March. But we can't do that. So my parents instead are going to make one of my favorite meals, which is chicken parmesan, and drop it off for our dinner. And I'm very excited about it because it's my favorite, and I haven't had it in maybe a year. So good. And I also think she made me cheesecake. So there's that I'm looking forward to. But yeah, other than that, nothing much to write home about. Just enjoying the thunderstorms. We've had quite a few lately, and I love them. So that's been really nice. I've been enjoying going for a walk every day if I can. Like, I probably won't go today because thunderstorms are just kind of popping up everywhere. I'm doing that. Yeah, so with that, let me talk about the yarn that's in the shop. So again, thank you to everybody who has purchased yarn for me in this time. Don't forget to use code STAYHOME at checkout. I can't apply it retroactively. Yeah, it would just be a lot of brain power that I honestly don't have, so please use it at checkout. and that will give you 10% off your entire order through the end of April. So let me show you what's currently in the shop. So we have some Dahlia on DK, which would honestly make a gorgeous Woodwardia if you love this color. No Trail to Follow on Squishy, and if you are new, Squishy is a base I haven't dyed in about a year, and it is my Merino Cashmere Nylon 80-10-10 Superwash Merino, 10% Cashmere, 10% Nylon. And it is just a cloud. It is a dream, and it is squishy, which is why I call it Squishy. Yeah, but No Trail to Follow on Squishy. SSDGM on DK and Squishy. Ophelia on Squishy, which is just this, I love the way that Squishy took Ophelia. It's beautiful. I have Prudence on, I thought I had it on DK. I do not. It's sold out. On Favorite and Squishy, which is just a really fun colorway with lots of beautiful speckles. Love this color. Perfectly Adequate on Squishy. Rattle on Squishy. Palm Lines on Favorite. It's a very Barely There pink. Mountain Mama on Squishy. I also have 2 skeins left, I think. I have 1 skein left on Favorite. Yes, Mountain Mama. Perfectly Adequate on Favorite. Grubby on DK and Squishy. And one of my personal favorites, Dusk on Squishy. So here it is. Oh, this is an Advent colorway. But yeah, so that's some of the stuff that's in the shop. There is still a lot left, which is really exciting. I keep doing larger updates, which I'm really enjoying because the stock stays around longer. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm hoping to have another update in a week or so, which will include more mini skein kits and restocks of popular colorways. And if you have seen it on my Instagram or saw it in the shop, the My Rainbow collection will be available across a few bases. So all of the colorways, which is Rust Belt, Golden Hour, Pillow Mint, My Jam, Palm Lines. So it's just this beautiful rainbow. It's a dark rusty orange, a mustard yellow, mint green, and 2 different pinks. So those will be available, and some fun speckled colorways, some that I haven't dyed in a long time, that I'm just kind of craving to have around. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you are having a wonderful week. I hope you are staying safe, staying home if you can, and I will see you next time. Bye!